welcome to a brand new Football Manager series on the channel. I'm not quite sure what we're going to call this yet. Back in the Blades, Premier League Sheffield, something like that. But as you can see, and as you probably heard, and by the thumbnail and the title, which I would have decided already, so all of this is pointless, is we're Sheffield United and we're in the Premier League, and we're going to try and keep them there, and maybe even try and do quite well. This episode is just going to be an overview of the squad, the team we've got, the money we've got to spend, and that's where we're projected to finish in the league. So as you can see from this screen, we have £15 million of transfer budget and £200,000 of wage budget, which, if we just jump into here, is nearly double what we're spending now, just over double what we're spending now on wages. So you're probably guessing we haven't got many good players. Obviously with Sheffield United, the side is expected to go down in last. We'll get to that in a sec, but these are the players that we're starting with. This is the current, as of today, the Sheffield United squad, 19th of June. It may well change in the next week or so. They may sign people, but obviously we're not going to be able to do that. But this is the side. No one on much money. The highest paid player is on £15,000 a week, and that is Richard Stearman, the former Wolves centre-back. The side is weak. Strong players in the side. Ability-wise, John Fleck. A lot of the Coventry fans who may watch my other series will know about John Fleck, and fans of Scottish football may know about the midfielder. Few seasons at Coventry, fair few at Rangers, where he didn't play too much football before they kind of fell down the leagues, and a short loan spell at Blackpool. So he's the main player in this side. Jack O'Connell, a man I've never heard of, bit of a sort of Championship League 1 and even League 2 veteran at 25 years old. The big name players that a lot of people may have heard of: Oliver Norwood, of course, Billy Sharp, Leon Clark, David McGoldrick, Kean Bryan, Ender Stevens. These are the guys that we're going to need to keep us up. And of course, Ched Evans, he's still here as well, but I don't think he's going to particularly play too many games for us. Billy Sharp, the 33-year-old, he is the pivot. He is the main point up top. Can play 3, 4, 5 roles really well as a striker. Someone we're probably going to need to score us a fair few goals this year to keep us up in the Premier League. The Premier League, which 47 days till we kick off. This is what it looks like at the moment, and this is the season preview. So last year City won it. They're predicted to win it again. Liverpool again projected to finish second. Tottenham third. Manchester United expected to bounce back and come fourth. Chelsea fifth. Arsenal again outside the top four in sixth place. Everton seventh, just outside, with Leicester and West Ham the chasing pack. Obviously it says Wolves are one of the promoted sides. They're not. They've obviously already been in the league a year. They're projected to finish down there in 15th, which I find hard to believe with some of the players they've got. Newcastle up there this year for some reason. Don't know why. But the three sides that have just come up, Norwich, Villa, Sheffield United, expected to go down. But Sheffield United by an extra 50 over even Villa, and an extra 100 to Norwich, 1,000 to 1, which is, those are some long odds. When you look at even Burnley, 450 to 1 to win the league, we're 1,000. We're a long way away from that. There's going to need to be some very good signings to keep us in the league. But again, we have that big budget, that £15 million and 200 grand of wage. If we move that across, which we might be able to do soon, we'll be able to sign some players. As you can see, there's players on our radar from championship clubs already that are going to take up a big chunk of the budget. We'll quickly look at the team report and what the strengths and weaknesses are of this team. The next episode will be our end of pre-season, first game of the season, the tactics we're going to play, and that opening game. But this episode is really just to get a feel for who our strong players are, the strengths and the weaknesses of the side, and maybe what formation we're looking like we're going to be playing. Obviously a 4 at the back with this side looking like probably my favourite 4-2-3-1, but we are going to need some attacking mids, maybe a 4-5-1 or something like that. But as you can see, we're full of strong characters, a lot of wage budget to play with, talented prospects, which is really good to see. We'll have a look at those in just a second. Jack O'Connell was a good centre-back, John Fleck, Mark Duffy. The thing that I'm worried about is there's a lot more negatives than positives. So they even up now, and there's a lot. Only one good goalkeeper, no real left backs, no real right backs, no real quality at right back. Quality of passing is poor. Penalties were not great. Goalkeeper's aerial ability, goalkeeper. So the goalkeepers aren't great. Oh, goalkeeper again. Goalkeepers. No one has a good first touch. Technique isn't great. No flair. Can't take a good corner. Teamwork isn't brilliant. Work rate, long throws. The goalkeepers are quite eccentric, so they make a load of mistakes. The goalkeepers, again, it's a lot of goalkeeping issues. I think we cut out the goalkeeping issues, so maybe Simon Moore isn't the one. That might be a good idea, to get a goalkeeper first. If anyone who is watching this video has an idea of a Premier League goalkeeper that we can get on the cheap to come in, and we will look at Dean Henderson again, obviously the Sheffield United goalkeeper on loan from Manchester United. In real life we'll be looking at him, but if there's anyone else, please let me know, because this could be a real difficult thing to do. But here's some of the youngsters then that are projected to be quite good. Sam Graham, Regan Slater, Jordan Doherty and Norrington Davis, with Sam Graham being the best of those. He's been on a loan at Halifax and played 7 games. He's a hot prospect and has a potential to be a championship player, so he's not exactly the best player in the world. Regan Slater is the other big name, could be a Premier League player at some point, and actually made 1 championship appearance for Sheffield United last year. But really at the moment the finances as well, we'll have a quick look at those. We're projected to do very well, and if we do manage to stay in the Premier League, which will be a big battle. They don't actually expect me to do it, I don't think either. I'm not actually quite sure where I look at that. Competitions, I don't think they're too interested. They just want us to try and fight to stay up. But if we do, and we will have a lot of money come in, 70 million and 37 million nearly in transfer budget, rising to 50, rising to 60. So this could be a very good save if we get things right, which we're going to try and do. But for now, I do believe that's about it, really. Not going to bang on about things that we don't need to bang on about. We've got the squad. We're not going to go through tactics yet. I want to do that in my own time, take a long time, and I'd bore you to death with the tactics. But we will come to you with the tactics and how we're going to play it after we've brought in a couple of signings, got some players in, because this squad, it's not really big enough, and it's not got players in the positions that I really want. I like my wide attacking midfielders, and really we only have this man who's actually any good, Ricky Holmes, who has he's not a world beater, is he? We need some better players than that. No one will be leaving the club that is worth noting either, so we've got a pretty secure team of players. Even if we look at the hierarchy of players, Billy Sharp, Chris Basham and Ched Evans are the team leaders. I mean, Ched Evans might go only because, I mean, we get £1 million from him. He'll definitely go. I mean, we look at him in the squad, he's going to be nowhere near as good as any of the other strikers' squad depth. He's right down there below Leon Clark, who, he's not great himself, is he, Leon Clark? So we'll look to that. We'll look to sort the staff out, because the staff really isn't great. I mean, Chelsea have got the worst staff in in the league for some reason. What's going on at Chelsea? They don't have a manager. They have loads of stuff. They just don't have a manager. I think that's what it is. Obviously, Sarri leaving, and I mean they'll struggle. Some other teams in this division might struggle. I mean Chelsea without Hazard, who I think has gone. I mean they've brought Pulisic in. I think Hazard's gone, so they could struggle. We could have some teams in here that really struggle a little bit to do well, and hopefully we can capitalise upon that. As our first couple of games are probably games we want to try and win, Southampton and Crystal Palace. But we will be back with the opening day of the season against Southampton away from home next Tuesday. This series is going to run Tuesday to Thursday. So if you do have anything you want me to get in for Tuesday, if you want some players that you think would be a good idea to sign, anything like that, just drop it in the comments and I'll see what I can do before next week, because I think this is one I might need some help with. But if you did like this video, do drop a like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.